Alright. Hear me out, okay? We got less than 2 months until NBA 2K20, I believe. So this is not a wish list video because wish list would have had to been done probably like months ago for them to actually get stuff into the game. However, 2 of the things I'm talking about I am pretty sure can be affected by patch because I believe in NBA 2K19 they were. And the other one I'm going to talk about is just common sense. I believe I'm only going to be discussing 3 things today. 3 things that have absolutely no reason to be in NBA 2K20. They don't serve any purpose. They're very easy not to do, and they should not be done. I kept an NBA 2K19 project file in my video editor this year, and I organized all of my highlights inside of it. Anything that stuck out to me, I captured, I cut it up, I put it in a category where I thought it best fit, and this is everything. This is highlights, lowlights, glitches, all that type of stuff. So the first thing I have here that I took note of is called unnecessary files, bad files. That's the category it's under. And in NBA 2K20, I swear, if my AI teammates are reaching in for absolutely no reason, I am going to punt this shit off the top of a building. Especially when it came out, NBA 2K19 was not even a bad game. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure if I would call it bad this far into it, but it had some very large detractors, just like any 2K game, right? 2K always has detractors, but some of them are just like, okay, how is this here? Who put this here? Who hasn't noticed this? Who hasn't fixed it? And I can't tell you how many possessions I lost this year, how many games I lost this year when I was actually still playing, because I would be playing on-ball defense, and the guy would drive into help defense, and the help defender would reach for the ball for no reason. He didn't need to. I could have the defender trapped, and the guy would reach for it, and it'd be a foul. Look at this one right here in my team. This makes absolutely no sense. Guys bringing the ball up the court, I'm defending with Westbrook. Why? Why Klay Thompson? For what? What was the point there? Explain to me why Klay Thompson saw it fit, because the guy made a bad pass. He passed it to Porzingis in a very compromising position. You had Giannis right there and Klay right there. First of all, what was the point of even coming towards Porzingis when you had you had your doppelganger in the corner? Klay Thompson is in the corner. Klay, why would you leave Klay? That's the first thing that doesn't make sense. And then reach for the ball. Why? It's funny because people swear by on-ball defense, but this play right here is one of the reasons that you need to play a mixture of on-ball and off-ball. Because see, if that wasn't a foul, Klay Thompson would have had a wide open 3 because my AI just went and trapped for no reason. Didn't trap, he just went and reached for no reason. This is why sometimes you see a play developing and you need to actually go off-ball, and you need to cover up for the mistakes that your AI teammates made, otherwise you get burned. So you get the point, right? My point, unnecessary fouls, bad fouls by your AI teammates. Look, I get it, fouls are a part of the game, but this year, anybody who played NBA 2K19 knows that it's excessive. Your teammates at an excessive rate will step in and reach for the ball. I had 1,000 instances just like this one. It gets your main players, your starters, it gets them in foul trouble. It leaves other people wide open. They have to tone down how much your AI teammates reach in because we can't control that. We can control help defense strength. I believe that's a controller setting. Maybe that's from the old 2Ks. I'm not sure if it's still in this one. But I can't go in and not make my AI teammates not reach for the ball. It happens all the time. Next, I have a category for illegal screens. 2K, what happened this year? What happened with the illegal screens? When the game first came out, this wasn't a problem. This did not become a problem until about halfway through the year. And I started noticing that they just weren't any type of illegal screens. They were actually legal screens. It was things that I couldn't control. First of all, they happen off ball a certain amount, which I'll get to in a minute, but they were happening when I would let my screener, I would let him set his feet, and I would use the screen, and they would still call it illegal because at the very last second, my screener that's not under my control would just move his feet for no reason. And then there's some where the player would go through my screener and they call that an illegal screen. So let me show you. This is hilarious. Look how cautious I'm being, right? Because this is in my league, and at this point I realize that there are problems. So look at this. I'm being cautious. I'm walking with Chris Paul. I'm trying to walk Lowry to Ilgauskas. What happened? What did I do? What could I have done there to avoid that illegal screen? I saw Mike Wang on Twitter one time and he said that you have to make sure that you wait for your screener to set his feet. Give him ample time. That's what I did. I walked. I didn't even use a turbo button. I walked Chris Paul to Ilgauskas, and at the last second, Ilgauskas, it's like his body, it just gravitated towards Kyle Lowry. How did no one at 2K see this and say, hey, let's patch this, let's tweak this? As a matter of fact, they did tweak it. They tweaked it, and that's what made it go haywire. That's what caused all these illegal screens. This one is even worse. Look at this. I call a screen for Drew Gooden. I let Drew Gooden walk to Danny Ainge. I don't even move Chris Paul. What did I do to deserve that? I did not move Chris Paul. Drew Gooden came and set the screen, and Danny Ainge ran into Drew Gooden. It's like it was like a magnet. They just went into each other. As a matter of fact, Danny Ainge went through Drew Gooden here. Look at that. He is, I don't want to say inside of him, but that is an unavoidable illegal screen. If this was online, some dude on the mic would be talking shit to me, and it wasn't even anything I did. Illegal screens in this game were actually the reason that I gave up on my league. You guys remember I was doing the LeBron and Chris Paul my league, and the reason I gave up on it is because the Cavaliers are already a thin roster as is. So what would happen is in the first quarter, one of my big men, Ilgauskas, or somebody in the starting lineup would pick up 2 quick fouls because of illegal screens, and all of a sudden I'm out of a starter for that game. So I have to compete with this thin ass bench because of something I didn't do, something I didn't initiate. I have no clue how you're supposed to go about or go around this. It can't be in 2K20 though. This was actually before the screens happened. 2K19 was pretty high up there for me as far as gameplay. Let me get your opinions on this though. Should illegal screens happen off ball? Because one thing I did notice, if you guys watch my Kawhi Leonard video, on like the first play of that game, Marc Gasol gets an off ball illegal screen, and so obviously I can't control that, right? It's just happening as the play is being ran. Now in real life that does happen. There are off ball illegal screens that the ball handler has nothing to do with. However, is that too realistic? Is that too realistic for 2K? Because what if the game is tied? What if you're playing somebody online, or you're playing for a championship in my league, and you do everything right the whole game, you compete the whole game, and then an off-ball illegal screen that you can't do anything to affect happens? Does that make sense? I'm actually going to do a poll. Should that be there? Because on one hand, it does represent the real NBA, because off-ball illegal screens happen a lot less. That only happened, I would say, a couple of times to me. Or in a game, it would really only happen like once in a game. But it could come at a crucial time. It could really fuck you up. So let me know what you think about that. Lastly, 2K. You guys destroyed the simplest form of entertainment in 2K. Maybe not the best form, but the simplest form. Play now online. 1v1, you versus somebody else, you versus your homie, you versus a random. Y'all just grab a team and y'all go at it. That is the simplest form of fun in any game, is just online with somebody. In these type of games where it can be just 1v1, that's the simplest form of fun. How do you ruin that? I'm gonna tell you how they ruined Play Now Online this year, and why you didn't see any Play Now Online videos from me. Because I sat here and I tried to record a series, and I could not in good faith get on here and show you guys an episode between the 93 Hornets and the 19 Hawks. I couldn't do it. There's nothing in me that could make that entertaining. But that matchup happened between the 93 Hornets, who were a pretty good 90s team, and the 19 Hawks, who didn't even make the playoffs. That happened because of their tier system. Their blind tier system at that. Blind because you can't see who your opponent picks before you play them, and it's been that way for years now. They messed that up back in 2K16. But so that's one thing, right? You're going in blind, and that's been for years now. In 18, that wasn't so much a problem. But now you have championship teams in the same tier as teams that didn't make the playoffs. And so one of the matchups I had earlier this year, the 71 Lakers, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, Wilt Chamberlain, playing the 19 Suns. Why? How does that make any sense? What incentive does someone have to get online and run with the bad team, right? They say, I want a challenge today. I'm gonna run with the bad team and we'll see what we get. What incentive do they have to do that when they're gonna go into a blind ranked matchup with the team that has 2 superstar players on it? Who thought that up at 2K headquarters? Who thought that was a good idea? But wait, that's not it. Wait, there's more. That blind system has been there, but the actual tiers this year is why nobody played Play Now Online. If you look at the number of people that actually advanced this year, I guarantee you it's smaller than it's been in previous years. Last time I looked, it was not a high number that was all the way in that top ranking. Most people are stuck in that bottom ranking because they never wanted to advance, and you have to win a certain amount of games in each tier, and if you don't win enough games in each tier, your progress resets. So the idea there was to try to force you to use different teams. I get it, right? It was to try to force everyone to use different teams, because I will admit, okay, I'm not gonna sit here here and say the old days were perfect. In NBA 2K13, you often ran into like the 2013 Lakers and the 2013 Heat. That's like the only matchup you would get. So in older 2Ks, that was an issue. There was an issue there. There was the issue of redundant matchups. Okay, I understand that. But the answer is not to force everyone to use different teams in blind matchups, especially when the teams don't actually match. Like the matchups don't make sense. How come I can use a regular team and run into an all-time team? Who wants to play that? That's not fun. That's not even a challenge. That's not, nobody goes to their homie's house and competes and your homie's like, yeah, I'm gonna grab the all-time Magic. You gonna run with today's Celtics? No one does that. On one hand, I respect what they tried in NBA 2K16 by introducing Play Now Online, because as I said in older 2K reviews, after NBA 2K9, yes, playing online 1v1, it did kind of seem just like a thing that was there and there was really no reward for it. It didn't make a difference either way. So with Play Now Online and leagues and trophies, they did try to incentivize you or give you some kind of rewards for actually playing it. That's cool. But this year they wrecked the mode so bad that I actually sat here and questioned sometimes if it was because they can't make any money off the mode. There's nothing for you to buy with VC and there's no way for them to be predatory with the mode. So I actually wondered, did they make this mode terrible so that nobody would play it, so that people would focus on my team and my career? It low-key feels that way. But okay, you know what? We're wasting time. Let's talk about some solutions for this. First of all, numbers don't lie. The numbers show that what happened this year drove people away. They did not want to play this version of Play Now Online. Nobody cares. Even though you incentivized it with league trophies and rankings, nobody wanted that this year. Nobody cared. And even though I get the fact that they want people to use different teams and you don't want the same matchups all the time, okay, we'll handle that in a second. But first things first, I don't understand how you're going to get past giving us back a team selection screen. So I link up with somebody, we're at the team selection screen, and both of us get to choose what team we want to use. I don't get how you're going to get around that first part, because this blind shit, the way that it's gone, it just doesn't work. These matchups don't work. Now, after we get a team selection screen, then you incentivize people to use different teams. You don't take that away off the rip. Now, here's the problem. I've sat here and thought up solutions, and all my solutions are not realistic in 2019 and on gaming, because especially with 2K, it's predatory. It's about VC, it's about buying coins and all this stuff. It's about any way that they can profit off of you after you've actually bought the game. So one of the ideas I had is say, hey, how about some exclusive content in my team and my career that you could only get by playing Play Now Online with certain teams? So let's say something simple, right? They don't have to give away the whole house, but what about in my career if there were certain shoes or certain hats for the Los Angeles Lakers that you could only get by playing with certain Lakers teams, whether it was the classic Lakers with Jerry West, because no one ever uses them, no one's using that team. But what if it was like a jersey in my team? You know how we collect jerseys in my teams? Oops, wait, hold on, those come from packs. Packs are open through VC and all of that. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. This is a hope and a dream. I'm thinking of mid 2000s gaming before they had to meet a criteria with with DLC and microtransactions. Oh, good grief. Yeah, in my little Magic fantasy world, it's like the days where we actually could earn stuff in games, so I'm thinking it'd be cool to like have content or gear and other modes that you could earn through Play Now Online by playing with different teams, but they're not going to do that for multiple reasons. They don't want to take people away from those modes, they don't want to take away profit. But hey, you see where I'm going with this though, right? This can't be that difficult. Give the team selection screen back and find ways to incentivize people using different teams that don't involve making them go into blind matchups that they couldn't possibly hope to win because it's the only way that they could actually advance tiers. That sentence that I just said, that is why nobody plays this mode anymore. And again, because the mode doesn't make money, I doubt they care. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. I had multiple dreams last night. It was one of those weird nights. And one of the dreams I had, it was completely random, don't ask, but it was that we got NBA 2K20 and that Play Now Online was the exact same. And it was a nightmare because I honestly miss playing this mode. I miss making videos about it. I even miss streaming it, as frustrating as that was. So anyways, yeah, those are the three things that should not be in NBA 2K20. Reaching in for no damn reason, illegal screens for no damn reason, and an extremely overcomplicated and unnecessary version of 1v1 basketball online. This is what we did in NBA 2K8 and NBA 2K9. It wasn't difficult, we had fun with this. Do something so that people don't actively avoid the mode. Alright, I'm done. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Give me some features, give me some ways that you would fix Play Now Online. I know some of y'all used to play this mode. Even some of y'all enjoyed the videos I used to make for it. Let me know what you would do to fix that. Cause the other two is just like, man, I feel like if they wanted to patch NBA 2K19, they could easily fix the other two. So hit the like button, comment, and sub if you enjoyed, and also hit the bell next to my name if you want notifications on future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.